Pink shirt, pink lighting, you guys know what that usually means. We're covering another Pink Floyd album here today, and this one is called Animals, and it comes after the hugely successful and fantastic album Wish You Were Here, where the record executives had reached out to the band and said, we want you to create a greatest hits album, and the band wasn't into that, and instead they created a conceptual piece based upon the George Orwell book Animal Farm. Now, in terms of going in chronological order, I had actually skipped this album and went onto The Wall, which is another fantastic listen. That was an awesome first reaction video series that I did that I really enjoyed. But it is another album in the 70s that they released, and it seems like they had a real peak in terms of creativity at this time. They had a string of brilliant albums. I should say this video series, this album series is, I would say, even sponsored by Matthew, who's a donator, a very generous donation he had for me, and asked me to listen to this album like he did with the last album too that I covered of Pink Floyd. And he also gave me some great information and told me about the connection with Animal Farm, which is why I bought the book. I'll be reading this book after. So thanks once again to Matthew for that and the great info he gave too. Other than that, I mean, in terms of first listens for albums, Pink Floyd is really at the top of the pile. They make fantastic conceptual pieces. I can't wait to get into this. This is a 3-part series. This is part 1. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'm really glad you guys are here for the journey too. So here we go. Okay, here we go. The first listen of Pink Floyd's Animals. In this video, we'll be hearing Pigs on the Wing part 1 and also the track Dogs. If you do end up enjoying this video, hit me with a like, maybe share it with a friend, and if you are new to this channel, hit subscribe and join our awesome community. Here we go. Ah, very sweet and hopeful start. I'm sure it's going to take a turn.
If you didn't care, what happened to me? And I didn't care. But you, we would zigzag our way through the bottom of pain, occasionally glancing up through the rain, wondering which of the buggers to blame. And watching for pigs on the wing.
Wow, a very gentle and sweet start. It seems to be a bit of like a, I don't know, but almost like a love song. Or I guess Roger Waters has written for maybe his partner or something like that. I always love Waters' writing because he has a ton of that English wit in it. What's that line that I really liked? Yeah, wondering which of the buggers to blame. I like that. Interesting. I've never heard the phrase "pigs on the wing." Is that a phrase that was used back in the day? I'm not really sure what that means. I'm watching for pigs on the wing. Maybe that will make sense in the story. So let's keep this thing going. This track is called Dogs. Interesting. The mood has changed. Acoustic guitar and what sounds like a synthesizer gives it the sense of mystery.
You got to be crazy. You gotta have a real need. Gotta sleep on your toes. And when you're on the street, you got to be able to pick out the easy meat with your eyes closed. Then moving silently downwind and out of sight. You got to strike when the moment is right without thinking. And after a while
Woo!
You can work on points for style,
Turn it up.
like the club tie and the firm handshake, a sudden look in the eye and an easy smile. You have to be trusted by the people that you lie to, so that when they turn their backs on you, you'll get the chance to put the knife in.
Gilmore solos. Great rhythm guitar back in it as well. Okay, super interesting. So, in terms of the themes I understand from the book Animals, I've not read it, but I know about the themes a little bit and how the different animals represent almost different people in society. And it seems like it's going in a similar theme in this one, right? The dogs represent a certain person that exists within society, and it seems to be the type of like maybe conniving businessman. I think maybe a different almost title for it could be wolves instead of dogs, because it talked about kind of moving in a way where you can see the prey in the crowd, you know, talking about almost conning people out of their money and learning to put a smile on your face, and so you seem like you're someone trusting, right? Like the club tie and the firm handshake, a certain look in the eye and an easy smile. Really, really fantastic kind of theme to talk about. And that's what I love about Pink Floyd's music. It's intellectual music. It's always smart yet so listenable. Let's back it up a bit. Here we go.
Just another sad old man, all alone, dying of cancer.
Wow. Love the acoustic rhythm part of this. Prog rock at its best. Flip the script. All the tiny little things that they do to add the epic nature of what is a Gilmore solo, right? I mean, you have this incredibly emotional solo in the forefront of it that only Gilmour can do. He really is almost connected to his instrument via like a string to his soul almost. Like it cries and he can make it bend and twist and put all this emotion in it, right? But then there's things in the background like that spacey sound that fills up all the background atmosphere up, right? It sounds like you're in a spaceship almost. The little notes of the piano that comes in, it's brilliantly done, man. That noise. Sound of the dogs. Guys, hear that? Just little tiny accents and notes. Great groove in the background. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, the nature of what the track is and the way that they built that groove in the second part of the solo works so well, right? They're talking about dogs, conniving wolves, the cold nature of the background music, right? You have the brilliant solo in the forefront, which is unbelievable, right? Only Gilmour solos can do that. They make you soar. But check out the background music in this thing. It's cold, empty, heartless almost. Great, brilliant groove. I love the groove, but I love how it fits the nature of the track. We'll back it up only a little bit there. Here we go. Gilmour's coming back in.
Lose control. You'll reap the harvest you have sown. And as the fear grows, the bad blood slows and turns to stone. And it's too late to lose
Ooh.
the weight you used to need to throw around.
The attitude in that.
So have a good drown as you go down all alone, dragged down by the stone.
We're switching up once again. Interesting. It's almost like the loss of this person, right? He talks about growing old, and you hear that voice fading away and going distant and distant and distant. Just another sad old man, all alone and dying of cancer. What a verse. Bars. A perfect instrumental to follow what I think was one of the best verses so far. What it would sound like to become this person. Empty, hollow. No sign of life. Sounds like a bad acid trip. This track reminds me quite a lot of Echoes. It had a similar section around this time, but instead we had like monkey noises. Guys, remember that? Here we go.
Gotta admit that I'm a little bit confused. Sometimes it seems to me as if I'm just being used. Gotta stay awake, gotta try and shake off this creeping malaise.
Very interesting. I believe this is like the other side of the people that were deemed as being these dogs, these wolves. Now you hear their version of the story, right? This was like almost from the victim side of things, of like being used and connived. But actually, when you hear the internal monologue of the people who are these conniving people, they're everyday people, right? Sometimes it seems as if I'm just being used, that there's bigger animals, there's bigger players out here, and we're just really pawns in this thing. I'm forced to be this way, to be a part of this rat race.
If I don't stand my own ground, how can I find my way out of this maze? Deaf, dumb, blind.
Ooh,
You just keep on pretending
the tone of that guitar.
that everyone's expendable.
Beautiful.
No one has a real friend. It seems to you the thing to do would be to isolate the winner. Everything's turned under the sun. But you'll believe at heart everyone's a killer.
Soaring. Another switch up. So damn emotional. Wow. Wow.
Who was born in a house full of pain?
Ah,
Who was trained not to spit in the fan?
the thickness of the guitar is epic.
Was told what to do by the man. Who was broken by trained personnel. Who was fitted with collar and chain. Who was given a pat on the back.
Oh,
Who was breaking away from the pack.
love the echo.
Was only a stranger at home. Who was ground down in the end. Who was found dead on the phone. Who was trapped down by the stone. Who was struck down by the stone.
Dude. I mean, what? Wow. That was a masterpiece of a track. I mean, what do you even say after that? There's so many different sections to it. This grand story that was told. One of the most brilliant aspects of Gilmour's guitar playing skills is that he's able to tell a continuation of the theme of the story through the guitar. I find that to be so cool, that the emotion of that point in the concept is then told through the guitar playing. That's so well done. So many different aspects of it. I want to also mention his singing. I think that echo effect really suits the way he sings, right? Because I find the way, I don't know, he like, articulates certain words or extends a certain part or like a syllable really suit that echo style that was put on this track too throughout the whole thing. Okay, let's talk about the story of the song. I think Gilmore's verses act as almost a third person of the life of a dog, of a wolf. I like to even think of it as a wolf, right? This person who seems to be conniving and finds a way to exist in society through conning people and putting on a face and being as conniving as possible. But what you tend to find out, what you actually find out is Roger Waters, who plays the inner voice, the inner monologue of the wolf, of the dog, is that actually he's just a pawn, a pet. I was born in a house full of pain, trained not to spit in the fan. And then he spoke about getting a pat on the back by whoever's in charge or who's on top. So it's like the system that's in place that has created this animal, created this creature, this dog, this wolf. I mean, talk about a concept to cover in a track. I mean, this is a music song. Music is, a lot of songs are just there for you to dance and have a disco to, right? This isn't like that. This demands and commands your attention in a way that is so cool. And obviously it's based upon the book. I've got to read this book because it sounds like it's got some fantastic themes in it. Brilliant track, man. This is only track 2. On the next one, Pigs. I'll see you guys in the next part of this series. See you then.